Poleshift alert here. We're trying to figure out if we're living in an animation. What the hell is going on? The ones who began created everything. There have been hundreds of civilizations on Earth that are able to walk through multiple stargates and go anywhere on Earth, to the moon, or other planets even. These beings from other places are here with us today and have been here long before we were ever here. This guy right here, he's named Gilgamesh. Apparently he befriended somebody. He used to have his own kingdom he started, and he befriended some creature. And when this creature died, he tried to seek immortality, as we all do as we get older. I'm looking to find a way out myself. Just playing. So this gentleman here apparently is the reason for the Iraq war. This is a weapon of mass destruction. We were all told we went to Iraq to get rid of weapons of mass destruction, but we went to find this guy right here because of ancient Sumerian tablets that explain every single thing about Earth, including how to make beer, 24 recipes for stew. They left records for everything, including another planet that they seeded exactly like Earth called Lulu, that has 3 billion more human beings on it than Earth does. So we are not the first. They told us that they tried 7 different versions before they got to Adam and Eve. So there were 7 different versions of us that didn't quite work out. Some of us were shaken, some of us couldn't eat, some of us had no brains, kind of like now. So they had a tough time putting us together. And these guys went back because they wrote down every single thing, including how to use stargates to abandon Earth whenever, like maybe a Poleshift or, just use these stargates to rearrange time to help themselves out. We'll explain to you how some of this crap works here in a second. So apparently, one of the first functional stargates, we found these stargates, and the instructional manuals are stamped on these cuneiform tablets. So they told us instructions how to use them and this and that and the other thing. And then, of course, I'll show you some of these tablets where they were broken in pieces so they could take a piece over here and a piece over here and a piece over there, and then, keep the puzzle apart from each other so they could tell us all these years that they didn't know what these things were saying. When the entire time, throughout the entire history, since years and years back, since probably the 40s and 50s, they've been able to analyze and understand these cuneiform documents as exactly what they are. They tell everybody exactly how to do it to prepare for the next pole shift and this and that. The instructional manuals were all left by the Sumerians, how to operate these stargates, these wormholes, all this stuff. Some of them don't operate anymore, but we went to Iraq to get a stargate. They say that these things are legit and they work. And there are people that will go back in time every week and bet on a lotto ticket for 10 years and then hit the winner. Now the CIA is not after human beings anymore. They're after time travelers going back and forth in time, winning the lotto and doing shit like this. So now the CIA is after time travelers that are trying to hit the lotto by going back every week and talking to the same shop owner for 10 years and then hitting the lotto, and then the CIA nabs them for being a time traveler. What is going on? They say this shit's real. Listen, don't kill the messenger. This is what they're saying. Right here it says troops vandalize ancient city Ur, one of the greatest wonders of civilization, has been vandalized by American soldiers, according to aid workers in the area. Apparently, the United States government did not like the fact that one of their assets, Saddam Hussein, was in control of one of the 12 stargates on Earth. Now, I apologize if this stuff sounds wild, but they're able to use these things, and they were able to use these things in these star forts and go from location to location on Earth and to other places in the known universe, which are all occupied. Pretty much every planet has water, and there are civilizations everywhere, much more advanced than us. And the ones that the Anunnaki fear, I'm going to get their name out and I'm going to tell you. There's one group the Anunnaki fear. And according to legend, there's a stargate on the moon, and there is a door behind the moon that has been sealed, and somebody sealed it from the inside. And this door is to hide something from returning. And I believe that's something that they're trying to hide from returning is the Anunnaki themselves. They do not want to return, but unfortunately I believe they are going to, and I think they are saying that they are going to return. According to the Anunnaki themselves in their own writings, they are the inheritors of something that was already here. When they got here, these structures were already here by the ones who began. The ones who began, they created everything. When the Anunnaki got here, this technology was already here. They say they were the inheritors of something that was already here, and that there's been around 100 advanced civilizations on Earth. That we are the 7th version of man that they created to upgrade, but there's been 100 civilizations, according to the Anunnaki tablets themselves. And these stargates, they left instructional manuals how to use them, and they broke them into pieces and hid them all throughout the earth. And the United States is trying to gather up all of these pieces to figure out how to operate these things completely, because apparently there's some merge in the timeline and they all end up with us being. Apparently there are 12 Stargate locations across Earth. You know, I'm not the one that makes this stuff up, but apparently this is legit. These things work, and apparently some people know how to use these things mobilely and can use them from anywhere. So we never knew the Matrix was real, did we? We always thought they were bullshitting, huh? So Stargates are real. People are going back in time like Michael J. Fox. So was Michael J. Fox from Back to the Future a time traveler? Is that why he's all screwed up? Because he went time traveling a couple too many times and then you guys put him in a movie? Why don't you tell us what's really going on? Because everything seems to be the truth and a lie all mixed up into one big old pill. We're tired of swallowing big lies and being taught a bunch of crap when none of it's legit. Can we know the truth? Can we have the truth? Can you get us out of your little matrix of lies and hate and bullshit, please? We're sick and tired of your pills. We're sick and tired of them. We're sick and tired of being the blue pill, being the red pill, fighting with each other. Who's the donkey? Who's the ass? Who cares? You know, we don't care which one we are anymore. We're tired of this. According to this tablet behind me, the Anunnaki are afraid of some people from Sibsiana in the Arcturus constellation. They're scared to death of this higher. They won't even speak of this group of people. So even the Anunnaki, the ones that created us, are afraid of other races of extraterrestrials and wrote about it extensively. In fact, they put down every single thing we would ever need to know here, but it's not being shared with you and I. Only certain people get to read it. I believe they've had time travel going since this guy put it together. This guy knows the whole enchilada.